Good morning, everybody. Allie Duzette here, and today we're still working through our 30-day challenge of taking out the trash, where we are writing front, back, and front of pages in a spiral notebook or on any kind of paper that you have around, just anything. Your job is just to take out the trash of your mind and write down anything that comes into your mind, if it's positive, if it's negative, if it's a complaint, if it's a list that you've been meaning to make. Today I saw somebody commented that they had drawn floor plans for a house because they just had to get out of their mind. Like, yes, that's exactly it. So draw, so scribble, fill up 3 pages of the front, back, front of paper with anything that you want because we're clearing out the junk in our minds. Now, I had an interesting experience last night that I wanted to share today. Um, Man, so my little girl's bedroom has been like a huge mess. I talked about it on a previous video. And they've just had a ton of stuff, just like little items and little junk that we've collected over time. They go to parties and bring back a little stamp. And they come back and have like a tiny figurine. And guess what? Do we play with them? No, they just get all over everything. So yesterday I took an hour. I thought it was going to take many, many hours. It took 1 hour. And I had 2 bags, one for trash and one for like giving away to Goodwill. And I just sorted all that stuff. And with all these little items, I'd have to sit there and say, like, so we had all these Jenga blocks, right? And do you want to know how many times we've played Jenga? That would be 3 times, in all the years that we've had Jenga. And part of the reason is because the blocks always get lost, but it like dawned on me, like, the blocks always are lost. Like, I keep finding them, I put them back, and then they get lost again. And like, here under the bed are 55 Jenga blocks. Not really. There were like 11, okay? Just enough so that you can't play Jenga, and just enough so that if you have the rest of the blocks, you also really can't play Jenga. And they've been lost for a long time. And I thought, okay, you know what? And I had this moment of indecision, like, do I toss these? Do I keep these? Do I go find them and put them in the Jenga box? And I thought, this does not support my goal. Like, the goal is to have an uncluttered room and an uncluttered house. I think I just need to say goodbye to these things, and I put them in the trash. I did. That is what I did. I stuck them in the trash, and then I took it all the way out to the trash can, and the trash guy just came and like, guess what? They're gone. They're going to the landfill. That's how it is. And guess what? Their room is so much cleaner because there's just fewer things to cause a mess. Okay, so this is what was interesting. So I took out many of the stuffed animals that we have previously loved, but I don't see them play with. We had 2 baby dolls that I have not seen them hug at all. Like, maybe the first week we got them 2 years ago, they're not using them. So I just put them in the box. I asked my husband to take the box from where I had hidden it in our bedroom out to the car, and I said, we'll just leave it there for a few days. Um, and then if they cry because they miss something, then I can go in and get it back for them. But he misheard me and took it all straight to Goodwill in that moment so proactively, which is very unusual. I was like, of course. Well, I hope nobody misses anything, but so far so good. So last night I was putting the girls to bed, and for the first time in a long time, you could see the entire floor with like no little pile of junk or no little box of little stuff. And my 3-year-old is so grateful all the time. And she just says thank you a lot. And I don't know. I had one other super polite child who is still super polite, and then, I've had a couple that are not polite at all, but she is so happy to say thank you all the time. And so she was laying down in her bed and she said, Mommy, thank you. Thank you so much for my new room. Thank you for how big it is. Thank you for making my room so big. Thank you for making my room so great. Thank you, Mommy. And the thing that really struck me is that she was so effusively grateful for her new room and how big it was and how great it was and how she felt so happy. And I didn't change the room. I just threw away everything that didn't belong there. And it just got me thinking how I suddenly feel like I might cry about it, but I just thought of God and how maybe sometimes the way that we need to get our lives in order is not by receiving more stuff, because a lot of us have a lot of stuff. Like, the stuff in my kids' room, like, it's out of control. And like, in my neighborhood, this is a neighborhood of mostly people that don't make a ton of money. But I'll tell you, there's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff everywhere, and everybody has tons of stuff. It's like Hoarderville in multiple of these houses where their entire front yards is full of trash and stuff, okay? Even though like the people that live there probably don't have like a ton of money, they have a ton of stuff, right? And so I just got thinking about how when we have problems and we think that getting more things is going to be what solves the problem, what if actually it's having less things? And what if it's trusting God to say, you actually don't need this little plastic figurine that you got at a birthday party 3 years ago and you didn't use it? Oh, huh?
Can I have chicken leg downstairs so I could eat it?
Well, we don't have any chicken legs right now,
We do.
but we do not.
What do we have?
Well, we have other stuff. Can I finish my video, baby? And then I'll go help you.
No.
I talked her into having carrots. She woke up this morning and she came to me. And the first thing she says, Mom, I need a sprinkle donut. I said, oh my gosh, you need a sprinkle donut. And she said yes. And then she just marched around the house, waking up all the kids to say, it's donut day. It's donut day, everyone. It is not donut day. And I don't believe in donut day, frankly, and I never buy donuts, but anyway. Visiting grandma and grandpa does it to you. Anyway, the point is, what if the miracle that we need in our life is not the bigger and nicer thing and the more stuff? What if the miracle that we need is having a divine being show up and help us sort out what we do need in our life and what we don't need in our life, and helps us like pass on the items that we no longer need, and take it all the way to Goodwill? I mean, like, I don't know. I just laughed. I was like a little bit annoyed when I heard that my husband took all of that stuff to Goodwill without even giving us like 2 hours to see if anybody missed anything. But on the other hand, the bridge is burned and they're going to have to deal with having less stuff, and that there are worse things than that, especially when we have enough, like we're not in danger of, you know, toy starvation or something like that. Like they have enough stuff. So maybe it's good to kind of burn that bridge. But what if we need to be like my little daughters who got to go be distracted with their friends today, and then their loving parent came in and said, you know what, this is trash and it's got to go, goodbye. And what if we need God to help us make some executive decisions about what we need to let go of, you know? What if that is the miracle that we're looking for? Okay, that's what I wanted to share for today. We'll see how my kids do and if they notice how much stuff has gone missing, because it was one large box and one small box and one big trash bag full of items. And, some of those items even had sentimental value for me. And I just thought, okay, so I care about this item, but like, it's just an item and all it does is stress me out and give me one more thing to keep track of. And what if that is not the miracle that I need? What if the miracle that I need is not holding on to every single item I've ever cared about? What if the miracle that I need is to let go of those things, pass them on to their next stage of their life adventure, and enjoy some emptier space that is more functional? In the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu talks about how the functionality of a pot comes from its emptiness. And when a pot is totally full or like plugged up, you can't use it for its intended purpose. And I don't know, maybe what we need to do is take a look at the clogs of our life and start clearing it out and find that that is the miracle that we need. It's not more stuff, it's more space. What can we say goodbye to today and allow it to flow on to the next stage of its adventure? And that's what this 30-day challenge is all about, is taking out the trash of our minds, because our brains are just as cluttered as our spaces, you know? And a lot of times what I've read is that the clutter in your physical space is a pretty good mirror for the clutter in your mind. And so as you start to purge the stuff from your physical space, it can also purge the stuff from your mind. And when you purge stuff from your mind, it makes it easier to purge stuff from your physical space. Anyway, I'll list some sessions below. Be sure to join the Facebook group if you're not on there. We would love to have you. It's Intuitive Healing with Ali Doucette. 10 out of 10. Everyone loves it. It's the best group on the internet. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.